This is a Frank podcast.
This Warriors Live podcast 2025, episode 22, here for a live That's My Team episode. Here to Teamless Tuesday, coming up at about 6 o'clock. Will Evans and Brad Larkin here with whoever's watching. Welcome. Drop your comments in, your questions, your compliments. We could do with a bit of a self-esteem boost every now and again, Brad?
Oh, yeah. No, hit us with anything positive. Do you know this exact time every week's when I remember to turn my notifications off my phone because I get a message from Instagram saying that we're live. No, I'm always thumbing away. Shit, trying to get that in the case. But yeah, how you been, man?
Yeah, good, bro. It's always good in the wake of a good win. Feeling positive about the season. I guess we should mention, Brad, we're brought to everyone out there by King's Container Crew. For all your container packing and unpacking solutions, head to kingscontainercrew.com or hit the work with us tab if you want to gig with them. Got a little bit more from those boys actually in a second. Also brought to you by New Zealand TAB and Frank Podcasts, and also grateful for a bit of recent support from Husky. One of these, just send us out one of these each, Brad, with the old Warriors Life logo on. You still got a few hazed and confused from our friends at Emerson's.
Yeah,
courtesy of them.
Yeah, no, delish too. Getting a real taste of them now. Oh, shit, that's dangerous. I have to go out and buy some. They've got me. And I see what they've done here.
This lured you in, and now we're gonna have to find something comparable in Australia for Magic Round. Drop us your beer recommendations. We don't know,
especially ciders too. Ciders. I'm panicking. I was daydreaming about my first bottle store run. I was thinking I'm going to have to get. And isn't piss really expensive in Aussie? Like a 2-4, it's like $60.
Yeah, it is quite pricey. Yeah, especially on with our exchange rate, Brad. It's gonna be tough.
I might take over some power, see if I can do some bartering with some power. But so I was imagining that first bottle store shop for me to be psycho expensive, to buy like 4 different flavors to work out which ones, because it's pretty hit and miss with a cider. You can go wrong side of the tracks real quick.
We'll take you to Coles and see if anyone's doing. Oh no, they don't even sell piss in the supermarkets there. It's all backwards, Brad.
Shelbyville.
No taste testing.
That place is Shelbyville.
Brad, that we had Marty Banks on the podcast on Sunday. If you haven't checked it out yet, go and have a look. Man, he's got some good yarns, and what a great fella. Thanks for bringing him on board. You must be pretty chuffed that you've got a guest under the belt that you secured, and he was even in the studio with you.
I was panicking. I was in the shed at about 7 trying to work out the logistics of having 2 people podcast. I struggle to get myself set up on a Tuesday, let alone accommodate for 2 people. This is all smoke and mirrors, this joint. But didn't he do well? He was he's a hard shot, man. Yeah, I can't wait to hopefully, and we will. Didn't you say you've got us some little lapel mics for Magic Round? Do a bit of vlogging and run around. So we definitely will find him absolutely sideways on Saturday and just see how the lay of the land is.
Thanks everyone out there for your comments. Stow's good to have you on board for your rainy commute home from work.
Stows.
And awesome to see everyone here. Brad, the King's Container Crew boys were at the game on Saturday, and it wasn't without drama. It was pissing down in Auckland, rough seas. They had to get over from Carlos's place in Waiheke. They thought they were not going to be able to make it. There was talk of cancelled ferries and the like.
Oh, no
and
shit.
But they got there. I'm not sure. They might have swum. They might have kayaked over in the end. I don't know. But they got there, and it was only Tom's birthday. So what a day! And it was actually Tom's. We've both had the privilege of going along with Carlos as a VIP sponsor type. But it was Tom's first sponsored game at Mount Smart, and you know well that they sponsor a Warriors number for all the home games. This year it's number 11, my favourite number, by the way. And how good Leka Halasima donned the number 11 on Saturday. So scores the first bloody try on Tom's birthday. Winning golden point. Tom's tackled Carlos. The guy behind him and some other guy on the side of him. His voice was absolutely buggered. This is sweet, Brad. He said, we had 2 spare seats and I wish my TWL brothers Will and Brad could have been.
That sounds like it would have been a ripper. I would have loved just the ferry ride. I would have gone to Auckland for that ferry ride. That would have been awesome. Is that right? Good on them. Good on them. And the big boy, Tom. I haven't met Carlos in the flesh yet, but Tom, he'd have a good shoulder on him, so you could imagine him cleaning up a couple through the rows of seats.
Yeah, Carlos isn't the biggest bloke in the country. He would have been absolutely swamped. But cleaned up. Time.
Oh, I'm glad the boys got to enjoy a win like that, especially in feral weather to go for all that, to get there in those sort of conditions and to come away with that victory. Well deserved. And to sponsor Leka. What a win. Do they get Leka's jersey or anything? What do they get out of it? Can Leka come around and cook them dinner one night?
Well, there's got to be some sort of perk, surely. They're around at Warriors. What about how we're a wet weather team again? That's bloody good. After we've been terrible for a couple of years in the rain, and now we absolutely love it.
Oh, we've got a grind in us at the moment, don't we? Like we're not playing pretty, and I'm pretty grumpy, and probably I need to get over myself a bit because I'm grumpy watching the games because I'm expecting sparkle and glitter. But we are grinding out some ugly wins, and who cares? Yeah. Stacking points. Yeah, no, in the wet. That was atrocious, that weather in the weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hard to tell on the TV, but looked pretty grim, windy. I've got to give a shout out to.
What end did they kick off from? Do you know how that was a thing?
Yeah. Oh, I've got to go back and
we have to dig through and find that.
Yeah.
We should have prepped that before the show, eh?
Yeah, probably before a live show too, because it'd be pretty boring. People watch me sort that out. But anyway, wait for that next time. Brad, 4-2. I think at the start, even before Vegas, we would have taken 4-2. After Vegas, definitely take 4-2. And just to give you a bit more hope for the rest of the season ahead, it's only the 6th time we've been 4-2 or better. And all but one of those times we went on to make the finals. So we were 5-1 in 2003 and 2018. Obviously went to make the finals those years, and 4-2 in 1996. That's the only year that they started that well and didn't make the playoffs. 2002 minor premiers, 2007 and 2023, both top 4 seasons. So,
geez, and we were talking
your patterns.
It's in our favour the way the season's playing. We were talking this morning, weren't we? It's a pretty weird old footy season. Like, it's hard to get a gauge on how good a lot of the teams are. Their ups are super high and their lows are terrible as well. Like, even people talk up the Sharks, and that's what we were talking about at first. They're up and down as well. So I reckon it's an opportunist year this year to get up near the top.
It is. I mean, watching the Dolphins flog the Storm, the best team in the comp is the Bulldogs. They're still saying, they're still to prove themselves. I think it is kind of a low quality comp. Although I was a little bit concerned at seeing the Panthers turn it around.
They'll come. Yeah. They ain't going to stay down long. They'll get a few troops. Can you hear that?
No.
I've got 2 kids on like plastic wheeled drift trikes right outside my garage door. Just thinking that's a real good time to start doing that. Anyway.
I've got another stat here for you, Brad. We're in the top 4 at the end of a round for just the 68th time in 760 weeks of regular season competition since we came into the comp in 95. So rarefied air that we're in at the moment.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's strange looking at that. You wouldn't, if you hadn't looked at the ladder, you would never pick us. If you hadn't been doing the math on every team, you wouldn't pick us to be sitting here at the moment, would you?
No, but we're clear top 4. It's not even 4 and against.
No, it's
equal
clear.
With the Storm and the Raiders. So
deep in there, and we'll sit there for a few weeks probably. Of the way it's tracking. could easily sit there for a few weeks.
Our
Yeah,
opponents
no,
this weekend are going absolutely terrible. Newcastle, a bit more about them later. Shannon Griffiths having a good laugh at Broncos fans' expense. It's always good to see you and Magic Round fella. Yeah, Brad, I've got some great Golden Point stats here. While I'm on this sort of stats bent, I'm going to dish it out. And if you want to wow your workmates or whoever, you don't have to be taking notes. You can go to tab.co.nz to the Punters Lounge, and this article by myself is up there. So print it off. I don't know, put it up on the notice board and at work.
on the fridge. Rip off your kid's drawing of your dog and chuck this up, kids.
So Metcalf's penalty goal. Holy shit! What a penalty goal. I mean, you know, how good it was is only heightened by his shocking kicking performance to that point. But there was a hell of a goal. You don't get halfway goals every day in the NRL.
No.
Now, obviously, we had a bit of Golden Point pain last year, a draw with Manly at home, and losses to the Bulldogs and Dolphins away. That was the 166th Golden Point game in NRL since it was introduced in 2003. That game saw us draw level with the Cowboys for the most Golden Point games any club's been involved in. It's our 26th game.
Shit.
But in terms of win percentage, even despite that victory, we're 12th on the NRL's all-time Golden Point ladder. 9 wins, 12 losses, and a record 5 draws. No one's drawn more on Golden Point than us. Metcalf's kick, first Golden Point penalty goal from the Warriors. So our previous 8 wins, 5 of them were by field goal. Stacey Jones 2, Sean Johnson 3, and 3 of them via a try. Bodine Thompson against the Eels in 2017, Roger against the Roosters in 2016, Sean Johnson against the Panthers in 2016. Now, this is my favourite part of this barrage of stats, Brad.
Yeah.
It's the first time since Rogers' try against the Roosters in 2016. You remember the runaway?
Yeah.
It's the first time since 2016 that a player other than Johnson has scored in Golden Point for the Warriors. So the next 3 the next one was a try by Johnson. The next 3 Golden Point wins by the Warriors were via Johnson field goals. Been sitting there waiting for someone else to step up in the clutch, and Lukey Met's done it. So full credit
with the help of an ex-Warrior. But like at the end of how lucky was he got that opportunity? Really, everyone sort of glazes beyond that and talks about. But Reece Rolfe, what a Reece! How many? What? It's like my tongue's swollen. Have I been stung by a bee or something? But Reece Walsh, he blew that. That's a hell of a cocker.
Oh man,
a hell of
what a night for him. He did his PCL in the early stages. It was like the opening set, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they made him play out the game.
Yeah, they clashed knees with Capewell. Here it is, Will. Yeah. Here it is.
Former teammate.
Hang on.
Yeah, this is great live coverage here. Brad's just deserted me unannounced. So
live TV, that's great. Do you remember how last week we were talking about the day how we've never heard my compressor turn on during a podcast?
Oh, did it go?
The compressor just turned on. I've got it coming at me from all angles here tonight. Someone doesn't want me here. I'm about to say something silly, am I?
Oh, mate, you're all
sorry,
good,
where were you, mate?
Sam and Cass have asked, how hot is this Warriors life coming into Magic Round? Well, we may as well address it, Brad. We're coming in pretty hot, I think.
Oh, yeah, I've still got a bit of work to do on my arms, but otherwise I'm probably looking the best of it. Oh, drinking. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm real scared that I'm going to blow out Friday night. I've got, you know what I'm like hungover. You're just grumpy. You can still function the next day, but you're grumpy. No one can talk. You're just grumpy bear.
No, I can back it up. I'll turn it around.
No, I think I'll be right. Saturday's going to be a hell of a day, isn't it?
Yeah, I've actually purchased some anti-hangover gummies to help you through, and me,
Oh,
but
have you?
mostly you. It was bought with
What
you
sort
in
of
mind.
gummies?
Legitimate legal
But
ones.
what we're thinking, like what people like gummies.
No.
Oh,
No,
thought we were on it.
no.
Thought we were on it. I was like, here we go. Right. The Saturday's going to be big. I really do
Yeah.
want to hold myself back. I want to enjoy Caxton Street. I want to enjoy the Warriors. I want to watch I just want to do some people watching as well. It's going to be phenomenal over there.
Oh, yeah. They've also asked, will there be a free T-shirt giveaway? I haven't actually got my shit together enough to have, and also maybe if we meet someone that wants a T-shirt
If
bad
we're
enough,
wearing one, I'll just
take the
take mine off
details.
and you can have it.
match
If I'm
match
wearing
worn, Brad
merch,
Larking.
yeah, we'll swapsy.
Match.
Whatever you're wearing, if I don't mind it, if it's like, yeah, I'll swap happily if you need some kit. Otherwise, we do have a website, don't we?
Yeah, it is thiswarriorslife.digitees.co.nz. It's in the show notes. Fucking get your own T-shirt. Or one of these jerseys. We're both displaying the.
Yeah, I reckon. I've gone the grey mail tonight.
It's getting into winter. I'm glad we expanded our range. Just sit here shivering our asses off with the T-shirt on.
I was playing with fire yesterday. I had a buttery bacon sandwich eating it above this hoodie. And I was like, shit, I can't go to Magic Round with a big bacon butter stain down the front of it. But no, I done all right. I leant forward enough and everything missed and hit the carpet. So then Trace had me get that little carpet cleaner thing, give that a suck up. Yeah. No.
I've already had to get Ruth a replacement TWR T-shirt. She got sauce all over it. She went for a white one the first time round. Bad idea. She's gone for the black this time, so she can get anything on it and doesn't show up. It's good. So
Trace
if you're a
painted
messy eater,
herself in sauce yesterday. We were bored. She painted herself in sauce. Like we were bored, raining 3 days into Dunedin. It's been atrocious. So just trapped. And in the end, I was like, fuck, we got to get out of here. I looked around. Everyone was just looking at a device. So we just drove out the peninsula, got a couple of cheeseburgers, and the big bit of sauce dripped onto the seatbelt. So then every movement just sort of washed it around the front of her because it was underneath the seatbelt. And she just had this big red patch of cheeseburger fucking sauce. Once we got out the bay, she couldn't really go do anything after that.
Oh, shit.
Get back in the car, old girl.
Now, the Tim and Cass have just realised that this is a good friend of the show, Tim Gore.
Yeah.
Out of the bottom, still on the bottom, real rags to rags story. I like this guy.
It's like that,
his shirt got lost in the big flood. I think I told that story after the big Brisbane floods recently. I'd seen him a TWR T-shirt and it got swept away. So someone up in Moreton Bay is probably getting around in that now. I probably should
Timmy,
have with a new T-shirt.
I'll give you my shoes if I'm wearing them. I see you there too, Timmy, mate. Yeah, no shit. We'll put the hat around for you over there, bud. Get you some clean socks.
Shannon Griffiths,
I was just thinking,
surely some
that first line he said, the rags to riches thing. Have you heard that C6 Steve song? It's called. I started out with nothing, and I've still got most of it left. I love that line. Sorry, Shannon Griffiths in the chat.
Yeah, doing some player interviews with the lads. Do you think they're going to let us anywhere near the team after 42 beers?
It's one thing we've been slack at, isn't it? Sort of garnering up a relationship with the team. We should try and put more effort into that.
Nah. Speaking of though, I will be on the tools for NRL.com on Friday, Brad. So I'll be sifting around the sheds after the game. It's in Christchurch, and see what I can rustle up there.
Question?
You might hear me.
Yeah. Have you got do you write down your questions prior to going? Do you wait for the game to play and then hit? I suppose you got to wait for you can't ask a question about a game that hasn't played. Idiot.
Last time I went to the Warriors game, and was there on media duties, I was actually accused of a conspiracy theory of pumping up Rocco Berry's tyres, and apparently went all the way to the top with Andrew Webster. So that was quite weird. So I'll have to figure out who I'm going to, whose barrow I'm going to push post game this time. See what we can come up with. See if we can get an extra zero on someone's contract or something. Yeah, any takers? Speaking of people whose tyres we like to pump up, Leka Halasima, I just cannot get enough of this kid. I'll be hanging around like a bad smell after the game this week. Now, he scored his first try, one of the instantly iconic long-range strike against the Tigers. He scored in both games since, so that's 3 in a row. How long can this streak go for? I would love it if he can get onto this leaderboard, Brad, the most consecutive games scoring a try by a Warriors player. Now, the record is held by 4 players. 7-game streak.
Manu's one.
Yeah, he did it in 2010.
Yeah. Streaks.
Yeah.
Streaks. I reckon that's all I got. Mally?
Yeah, 2004.
So is there 2 more or 1 more? 2 more.
2 more. Yeah, you won't get the
position,
other
fullback, Brent Webb?
No, it's a winger and a centre.
Oh, Bargainer?
No.
Torpy?
This is terrible, terrible podcasting. So I'm going to put you out of your misery out there. Todd Byrne, 2005, 7 straight games. It's a hell of a run from Toddy Byrne. And Conrad Harold, the rookie in 2012, 7 straight games too. There's a few that did it in 6 straight games. Jerome Rapati in 2007, Manu again 2013, and Dallin in 2023 during that record-breaking season. He actually went 12 games where he scored in 11 of them, just a break in the middle. Jeez. So he got 6 and 5. Yeah.
Got to be nice getting him back sooner or later, wouldn't it? Do you reckon how many of them? Not many of them done it from their first try and gone on a run, would they?
No, like maybe Conrad, but
maybe that's the only one I could think on that list.
This is my favorite.
I get him more ball.
This is my favorite streak, though, Brad. 2010. Remember Akuma Taito? He was an interchange regular.
Yeah.
Just a hard-working, impactful forward. In 2010, he went 4 games scoring a try, 4 in a row. He's coming off the bench, so that's impressive enough. What makes it even more remarkable, in his other 48 games, he only scored 3 tries. So, yeah.
He looked like the second coming. I remember him coming through the grades. I was like, here we go. Here comes our Ali Lautiti again. I thought he was going to kick on, but it just didn't quite happen. And then lost him to Super League quite early, didn't we?
Yeah, I think he
did. He go to anyone in the NRL?
No, just
straight to Super League, wasn't it? Yeah, and he played well and like quite old, wasn't he? Like he actually done really well.
Yeah, like you couldn't believe he's still around
over there.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's been a bit stat heavy, Brad. So back to Magic Round. You must be getting slightly nervy about the flight.
Yeah. Every now and then I'll be sitting there quite happy and like comfortable in my own head, and then I'll go, "You're going on a plane 2 weeks," and then the dread washes over me. But I'm looking forward to it. I just can't wait to step off that plane. It's a niggly travel arrangement getting to it because we fly to Christchurch at 6 o'clock. I get in Christchurch 6 o'clock Thursday night, and then we fly out 6 o'clock the next morning. So then you got to be pretty much up at 4, don't you, to get to the airport? So me and Gazza are thinking about just terminaling it. Just live in a terminal for it. Yeah. Why not? Just scroll around. But he come up with a valid point. That would probably only be all right if you were hungover. If you were, so I don't know. It's a niggly travel arrangement, but then we arrive in Brisbane at 10. What will we do? Shoot straight out to our digs?
Yeah, I reckon, or maybe we'll see. We might be able to get straight in. So come meet us at South Bank. Might have a bit of a feed, bit of a lunch, brunch.
What's South Bank?
Just the area of Brisbane. Plenty of eateries and the like. We're staying nearby on the Thursday night, me and some of the other boys. So be ready and waiting for you.
God,
And,
I was
yeah,
trying to
outside-
I was gonna trying to panic buy pants the other day. And I was like, whoa, Brad, you can't buy pants quickly, man. So I just had to cool my jets, and sorry if I'm wearing pants that look like I should have a new pair, but it really takes me a while to buy pants.
Might have time to whip to Maya or David Jones.
What's that horrible big fair? I might Friday, I might shoot down to Pacific Fair. Just go down. How is that place? That when we went to the Gold Coast, everyone was talking, oh, you got to go to Pacific. Holy hell, that is horrid. Jeez whiz. No, thank you.
No, it's like St. Luke's on
grim.
steroids.
Just birds stuck inside everywhere, eh? Like trying to fly out of these. They've come in with a glass door that's opened, and now they're stuck. So you got living with, it's like an aviary as well as fucking, then you got a clothes store next to it. Yeah, no thanks.
Speaking of fashion accessories, Brad, you're getting around in something pretty interesting when you first jumped on the stream before.
Yeah. My chains, bruh. I'm like Hercules. No, I went.
If you can you tell us the story behind this? Sorry if you're just listening to the audio version of this. Brad has how long are those?
8mm stainless steel chain link. Yeah, meter.
Yeah, he's got
2
two of them
times
wearing
1
them
meter
around
length.
his. Yeah,
Me
like
and the boy. I need it for a job. I'm doing a bit of hanging furniture on a pergola for a client. And I had to go to Bunnings today, so I took Ted down, who's hopeless because he's still on crutches, and I had to buy 2 bits of chain. It was like, but I had to get other stuff around the store, and it was like carrying two snakes that keep slithering out of my hands. But I've since worked out, I got them home, and I was in the garage just playing and doing a bit of work, and I chucked them over my shoulders. And by this is revolutionary. It's like Homer Simpson's barrel, his chiropractic barrel. This here is it's like one of those weighted blankets, man. Just wearing 2 chains over your shoulder is so comfy. Just the weight. And then I actually put on a bit of a show too, because Teddy is still a little bit ability impaired at the moment with his crutches. He gets bored because he just sits on the couch. So I went, like, you feel pretty tough with 2 sets of chains. Like, I know I'm weak, but all of a sudden I back myself having 2 meter lengths of chain on my shoulders. So I went out the lawn and just done some like a little nunchuck scene for him, swinging them, but got a bit scary. I had to stop. But yeah, honestly, I reckon I might try and make this a thing. This feels so good.
Yeah.
Just the weight.
Do you reckon you get
Why
them?
do all those gangster rappers love the
Aussie?
massive chains? Busta Rhymes, he's feeling this all the time.
He's taking the magic round.
Imagine taking
people
on
messing with us.
Put them on the side table at the fucking accommodation.
Riz is letting us know that Akumatai is still playing in the UK. That is remarkable. He debuted for the Warriors in 2009, I believe. Yeah. What 9, man?
Wasn't he at Huddersfield Giants for years and years and years? And he's probably down in the lower leagues now, second tier, third tier. Just loves it, doesn't he?
Friend of the show, Luke Winslade. Well, when Tane put that hack kick through and you saw there was only old Ed chasing, what was going through your head? I could swear the Earth gravitational pull stopped and time stood still. Yeah, it was a bit nervy and it was tough conditions. And I had a bit of faith in Big Ed after his show against the Tigers, and I thought he did extremely well too. It got a bit awkward on him because he had to get there. Pretty narrow little corridor.
Got big on him.
Yeah, yeah. I thought he did very well. Well done to Ed. And yeah, probably left out this week, you think? For what we got? 1 minute till Teamless Tuesday, but got a few back available. Ed probably on the outer, but I think he's done a good job on the whole. Wasn't at his best.
On the whole, there was that dusty back that gave the Broncos that try, that Reece Walsh sort of dusty. That was pretty bad, but so was Capewell's attempt to kick it as after that. Did you see how far he missed by trying to kick it over the So no, I think Cossie's, those conditions are not at all in his favor, are they? A big rig like him, Jesus.
Yeah, nah, I think maybe Brisbane didn't target him enough, but came through relatively unscathed, I thought. So good on you, Big Ed. Yeah. What do we got? We got some teams up yet? Yes, here we go, Brad. So
have you got it?
Bear with me while I just
bear with.
What do we
I'm
got?
going to dial it up on my
8:05
telephone.
8:05 p.m. kickoff in Otatahi, Christchurch, and the last game at probably the last top level rugby league game at Rugby League Park. So historic occasion. Obviously, with Takar Stadium being built and finished early next year. The spiritual home of rugby league in Canterbury, and many great local grand finals, test matches, representative triumphs hosted there. So I'll be enjoying potentially the last game there. Here we are, Brad. Team lists. What do we got? We've got Chance Nickel-Klodstad back at fullback. Tane Tuapiki reverts to the wing. Adam Pompey stays on the other wing. This is the same team they named against Melbourne, Rocco Berry and Ali Latawa in the centres. Chanel Harris-Davida and Luke Metcalf. In the halves, Jackson Ford, Wade Egan, Mitch Barnett. In the front row, Kurt Capewell back in the second row after a pretty handy fill-in role at centre last week. Barata Nukore and the in-form outstanding by Aaron Clark. The bench, couple of changes. Lika Halasima, Banti Afoa, Dimitri Vaimaunga, and Jacob Laban is the one to keep his spot on the bench. Tamari Martin, 18th man. Yeah, pretty solid. Interesting to see Jake Laban, I guess, keep that spot. It was interesting. I mean, nice to see Wade get a break. He'd played every minute of every game, and Chanel did a nice little job at hooker or dummy half, put Nukore over, but Tomato, tough situation to get chucked in the halves in those conditions and make an impact, but he didn't. So I guess we go back to the Wade playing 80 and hoping for no spine injuries, particularly in the halves and hooker.
That's interesting to me because even Webster himself spoke in the post-game presser about they're not going to be able to play Wade for 80 minutes all year long. I thought that was sort of hinting at the fact that the bench would change, but it hasn't. Not that I necessarily care, but I was semi-expecting a change on the bench from that comment of Webby's. It grinds my gears that people can shift into the number 3 jersey when it's blatantly obvious that it's Ali's jersey. He has dominated that side in the early start of the season, and to be the guy that gets shuffled to accommodate someone else, that's a little bit annoying to me.
Yeah, so Leka's. I mean, Ali was been superb on the right there, and Rocco's come back. He's probably less, I guess, supposedly less versatile and less keen to switch to the left. But as we said on the phone, Brad, when we had a bit of a yarn, I'm sure Rocco would look just as ungainly and clumsy on the left as he does on the right. So, why not give him a go?
Oh, Matt, though, maybe. Imagine how bad he is on that side. They keep saying, oh, shit, no, there's no way we can put him on the right. Oh, but either way, it's not a bad team, is it? Apart from those little gripes, just a whinging old man.
And he actually had a blinder at Rugby League Park here against Canberra, round 3 last year. Looking at our casualty ward, we're still a couple of weeks from getting some of our high-profile troops back. Dallin, round 10, and James
What round's this weekend?
This is round 8.
So 2 more. Round, 2 more rounds.
Magic round 9. And James Fisher Harris and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck scheduled for round 11. So, geez, that's some pretty tough decisions to be made once all those guys are back.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it is. Like, especially that the trio of Ali, Adam, and Rocco. Who's going to be the odd man out there?
Wow. Because there's two guys coming
come back
into
onto a wing, and even Tane. Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, brutal on Tane. I'd love to see him get a 14 if he can't command the starting spot. At this point, personally, I would have Pompey ahead of Rocco. Just runs on the board this year, and it's injury suspension for Rocco, but probably more
I
comfortable
think
with him there. But yeah, very interesting to see, depending on what Rocco produces over the next couple of weeks.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, I think Rocco should be the one playing for position. I think the other two, like Adam and Ali, they're your guys, and then everyone else is trying to push him out of those positions in centre at the moment, aren't they? Yeah, Tane,
Yeah.
that's going to be a tough. Once those two wingers come back, Tane
Well, he's
might
been
be.
one of our best. He's been great on the wing. I thought he
He
was
has.
really good at fullback in tough conditions.
I don't mind that
First game
number
fullback. Yeah.
14 jersey shout that you just mentioned either. That
Yeah.
would that
Yep.
covers a whole spectrum of positions out there, doesn't it? And even if your hooker goes down, and then you can out, like that's an easy fix for a lot of problems having him on the bench.
Riz is half expecting Healy to debut from the Pine this week. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the 24-hour cut-off looks like. It could be someone coming in, I guess, Laban late. It's an odd bench with two props, two second rows. But I guess the big question for a lot of fans is, does Lecker get those same sort of minutes? He was so good starting, scored our first try, impactful throughout his 60-odd minutes on the field. It would be frustrating to see him go back to only playing 30 minutes.
Do you know who he reminds me of? David Fafita. Back when David Fafita was in the mode, it was untouchable. He could just, yeah, just untouchable. That's what Lecker looks like at the moment, the way he plays at the moment. He's got everything. Like that little shuffle step to get through the line to beat his opponent in the weekend. That was something I hadn't seen, like from a standstill start to pumping it.
And he was given nothing to work with. Just dumped on the inside, and for a 19-year-old kid, so good. Should we have a look at the mugs that we're up against this week, Brad?
What are these losers wearing? Hopefully they're wearing those ugly orange and blue, those mining type outfit ones they do. Bring that over and get you thumped in that.
I think you will remember, Brad, we showed it on the live show a couple of weeks ago. They've got a pretty good looking Anzac strip, actually.
Oh, have they? I can't remember that at all. Who we got in there?
So Kalen Ponga at the back, James Schiller and Greg Marsu. Geez, how about that try he set up last week?
I love that Greg Marsu.
He's one I love pretty watching. Sketchy, but Dango guy Bradman Best, eye-watering centre combination. Bradman Best started to show a few signs last week. Fletcher Sharp's been, despite the night struggles, been a bit of a success at 5'8". Love the way he plays.
Him and Marju, I love watching them play footy.
Tyson Gamble, who returned last week, he's at halfback. Tyson Frizzell, Phoenix Crossland, Leo Thompson, the Kiwi in the front row. Now, one of the boys in the chat is saying that Crossland is listed as injured in fantasy, so we'll see what happens there. The incumbent Kiwi number 9 made his debut, actually, test debut, right in front of us, Brad, at Rugby League Park.
I shook his hand after the game on field.
That's right.
Real soft hands.
Dylan Lucas, Kai Pierce, Paul, Matt Croker in the back row, and the bench, Jaden Brayley, Tyrone Thompson, Leo's brother, and Thomas Kent.
Is it Thomas Kent? I was thinking it was Thomas Kant. Yes, he can.
Yes. And what's the changes there? That is a big in, actually. Dylan Lucas, big fan of his. So that's why Thomas Kent's gone to the bench, and Jermaine McEwen making way there. Jack Cogger, an extended squad. They're having all sorts of problems with their attack. It's been god awful, to be honest.
Which is strange, because looking through that team, you wouldn't think this would be a team struggling for attack, would you?
Not a team with Ponga and Best. Whether it's the pack struggling to lay a platform, but they've lost their last 4. They've been outscored 100 points to 24. So they've only scored 4 tries in their last 4 games. 3 of those absolute garbage time tries. There was that try right at the end against the Tigers. and then 2 tries in the last 10 minutes against the Sharks. So both games are already well and truly gone by the time they started turning it on. So, I mean, I think the level of defence that we've shown, particularly at Mount Smart this year, would be more than enough to subdue them. Hopefully they don't find unlock what's been going wrong attack-wise against us, but it's not the easiest one to come down here for. It's starting to get a bit chilly down south. Could be a bit pretty dewy, hostile Canterbury crowd. Sell out.
Sell out? Nice. Well done.
Yeah, love our chances in this one. We're $1.30 favourites with TAB, second shortest favourites of the round. So yeah, I mean it's actually unusual coming into a game this season and feeling super comfortable about our prospects, which in and of itself is a little bit worrying.
It is worrying, isn't it? But you're right. Even I think we've had our attacking struggles, but our defence is rock solid, and these guys are really struggling to put anything together. It's haphazard. Who do they tell us who refs this sucker? Because that
I don't know if they list that anymore.
I thought they had that down at the bottom. Yeah, no, they don't. Christchurch, you're going, are you? So you in media territory? You're sitting with the public, and then
sitting in the that's the one. Good memories of being there with you, Brad. It won't be quite the same without
Canberra, wasn't it?
dragging you along.
Last year.
I was referring to the test match where we were sitting in.
The test. That's right. There, that too. It's nervy being this comfortable about going into the weekend, isn't it? We're away camping, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to see it live. Hopefully, we're in Lawrence though, the first town in New Zealand with free internet. You can imagine how quick that runs, though. Every freedom camper in New Zealand, just sucking the life out of it. But I'll be there watching this one. It's not good. Like, remember the last time I was camping, I watched a game was that where we got thumped last year by St. George. Remember that at the start of the season? It was like, oh, we're not as good as we are last year. So hopefully I can sit in the middle of this campground trying to find reception and cheering them home.
If I can allay your fears a bit further, Brad, with some more stats. Since 1995, they've played 51 times, and the ledger is square at 25 wins apiece and 1 game drawn. But the Knights, they cannot buy a win in New Zealand of late. They've won just 1 of their last 10 in New Zealand against us, and 2 of their last 17. So they hate coming over.
Oh. Good, nice. Yeah, that works for me. That definitely works for me. What are they? They must be paying a bit if we're at $1.30, are they? That $2.80 or something?
Yeah, $3.50 odd.
Jesus.
As I mentioned, Brad, likely the last ever NRL match, possibly even the last rugby league match, potentially, depending on what they do with the site there. Once everything moves to the covered stadium in the CBD. At Addington there. They're looking to finish with a 3-2 record at this venue. We've had some painful losses and some good wins, and that win would take us to 5 wins, 5 losses overall in Christchurch. They went 2-3 at Lancaster Park, and obviously that memorable Kevin Lock match winner game that you got all soaked at.
Yeah. At the old.
Yeah. That got us off the mark in Christchurch, I believe.
I remember going to getting thumped by the Tigers up there on another horrible night once. Went up, drove from Queenstown, me and Tarms and Kenny Frisbee and Joe Delabarca. And those two just
what a fucking combo.
Yeah, I know. Listen to this, man. Me and Tarms are in the back. Joe Delabarca and Kenny are up the front, just smashing blunts. We're in the back. Just secondhand smoke, stoned to shit. And they played War of the Worlds on CD twice over on the drive up.
What? Oh, fucking hell.
It was the most intense trip ever. And then we got there, and that's when I've told a previous story. I've told it on previous podcasts where we had these dudes, these couple of boys making a bit of money on the side, letting people through the gates like security boys.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
$5 in there, and then there was a scrap, and these guys didn't want any attention drawn to them, so they grabbed the two guys scrapping and kicked them in instead of out. They kicked them in as well as us to not draw attention to the little illegal enterprise they had going on. $5, and we got one of those. They gave us one of those, those old movie theater tickets that said "admit one." Those paper ones. That's what we got to go into the Tigers game. No seat allocation, none of that. Yeah, that was out of it. Yeah.
We can look forward to a more professional setup in 9. What have we got? 10 days time, Brad. We're going to be at Suncorp Stadium, the mecca of the rugby league world.
I know.
Me and you, they're together again for the first time since 2011.
I've saved it on my phone. Changed on the weather app on your phone. Added Brisbane just to keep an eye on conditions.
Shit.
Yeah. I'll have a little look. See what's Brizzy up to at the moment. Brisbane.
Yeah, what sort of temps are we in for?
It didn't save. Sorry, I pumped that up. It didn't save. I've got Rarotonga on here too because we're looking at booking a holiday there.
Nice.
But it was like 24, between 24 and 28. That's all right, isn't it?
That'll do.
It's fucking 12 here today.
Jersey.
12.
Yeah,
it's been on
miserable
singlets again.
Yeah. What do we got this week? High 26, 26, 24, 23, 25. Fuck. What a paradise.
That's cider drinking weather. I wouldn't mind a rainy day Sunday though. Just sort of might lay around on the couch a little bit Sunday.
If you're lucky, you might even get maybe a live poolside pod Saturday morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, why not? Could interview the boys. We've pretty much got a team. I realise there's 13 of us there and there. We need to all be given positions. Like league positions.
I'll do
You're the winger and they all come up.
Teamless Tuesday.
What do you... You can do a team list on our performances over there. Rating out of 10. That would be great. Where will I play?
Fonz will turn up and just jumble up the team sheet.
He's hooker. He's hooker. He's the little general in the middle of the thick of everything. He's fucking boom, getting it done. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
We're hoping to see some of you lot there. Hopefully, if you're in Brisbane. Now I haven't actually got in touch with them, so it's a bit preemptive. But I thought we would just piggyback on the Warrior Nation annual catch up there at the Lord Alfred Hotel. But stand by for more details.
There, didn't we?
Yeah, we want to go there anyway. The Ruin Hammer boys will be there.
Yeah, exactly. Christian will be there, won't he? Christian usually goes there. Yeah, I just wouldn't mind going there to catch up with those guys, really. But that's where we'll be.
So if you're keen to come say g'day, we're a bit shy in real life, really, Brad. So don't get your hopes up.
Way shorter too. Way shorter. Oh, we're lifts the podcast.
You can't tell on the pod, but Brad's only 5'3". But don't stare and don't tower over and look down.
No loud noises either.
But no, be good. Can't bloody wait. I'm actually starting to get excited now. I've been a little bit like, I've got so much shit to do, and and then all the anxiety around fucking getting there.
Just traveling and packing and do you know what I'm not looking forward to? Fucking hotel pillows. Airbnb
well, hopefully,
pillows.
it is an Airbnb.
They better have it sorted there, man.
Maybe you should pack one. It's not bad.
That's what I was wondering.
How much room I've got in my suitcase.
I might take one of my own pillows. Yeah. Anyway,
fuck. Have you got your Is your passport?
Yeah.
Current?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm good.
I checked mine the other day.
No, I had a panic attack when we first brought the tickets, but no, I'm good. No, everything is in order actually. Trying to work out. Shall I take the chains? I don't wonder how much they weigh.
Don't take them on carry-on. You'll get pulled up for sure. Well, you don't want to waste. It's got to be a good 4 kilos, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of t-shirts. That's Tim Gore. If I take them, Tim Gore ain't getting the t-shirt, unfortunately. Won't be able to fit it. But anyway,
Fonz is, before we get going, Fonz is coming late. He's I'm sure he's had for me to share this. Asked me maybe Healy to take Laban's spot on the bench. Yeah, bad shout. He's looking good in reserve grade there. Tell you who's looking good in the lower grades. Jet Cleary, bit of a breakout game in Jersey Flegg.
It
That's
was.
they were like Nathan-like highlights. Don't want to get too excited just yet.
Nah.
But geez, he looks like a bloody halfback.
There was a hint of it there.
And yeah, some brilliance, that freakish flick pass and a couple of breaks, some great goal kicking. So yeah, he might just have a pretty decent little
Well, even
clear
if he
out
started
hands.
poking his nose into the upper grade a little bit.
Yeah,
Having
we'll
a
see.
sniff.
Yeah, so see how he goes against proper men in New South Wales Cup, and then the world's your oyster.
Exactly. But Healy, yeah, he's looking real comfortable. He looks good, doesn't he, playing his footy? I watched that game. It was quite nice having that game prior to the main game last weekend, being able to watch a bit of New South Wales Cup. Who's that fullback? He's shaved all his dreads off now, eh?
Geronimo Doyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of tries did he get? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He's just Johnny on the spot, isn't he? Just seems like things happen for him.
Yeah, I'd love, like, he's a real domestic battler type. He's a live wire. Part of me would love some crazy injury crisis that got Geronimo
to give him a nudge.
just a game in the NRL.
Almost like that Dolphins fullback. What's his? That Dolphins fullback that sort of come through
Trey
like
Fuller.
that. Yeah, exactly. That sort of setup. Because Trey Fuller was a battler that got it off, but it's actually proven himself, isn't he? Oh, well, good shit.
Last question to go out on, Brad. Shit, I don't know if you can handle this, mate. You're going to do the 1 kg palmy challenge at the Caxton. Fuck. I'll have a palmy while I'm there. I don't know if I can put a kilogram of chicken.
Is that
Jeez, you Aussies are mad bastards.
A kilogram? How many breasts would that be? 2 breasts?
Yeah, I don't know. Or because the
Would that be 2
palmy, it
chicken
seems
breasts a
usually
kg?
like one long thing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Nah,
but I'm trying to turn it into a physical thing.
500 gram pack is usually 2 pretty solid.
Is it 2? So it's 4 then.
So that's like 4. Well, they just stitch them together.
What are you going to do with that in your guts?
No, we're not going to. Nah, that would be our weekend over, I think, if we.
Fuck yeah. I'd probably do it before my flight home. Just sit on the plane and just go to sleep in a food coma. But yeah, definitely not at the Caxton. That's ruined dollars and dollars and dollars worth of piss, though, isn't it? Yeah, we will definitely. I definitely want to go there. Oh, I can't. I'm fizzed. I'm really
excited. I'm trying not to think about it too much, but you see it on the Fox coverage every year, and it really does look like a carnival. I'm kind of just thinking of it like an average game day at Suncorp, which is awesome enough. But it's gonna be good.
And great company. We're gonna meet quite a few rad people by the look of it too. Shit.
Yeah.
Here we come.
What, Brett? I have to admit
fake
this.
tan 3 or 4 days before you fly out. You don't want to look too orange.
No, yeah. So yeah, you want to let it bed in.
Take. It needs to take. Right.
How do you do your fake tan? Do you just have you got a home rubbing one, or you like Ross Geller and go to the tanning salon?
I'm not sure. I've never fake tanned in my life. I think Trace has got some at home. Ross Geller. Oh, we're on different. We're not talking about rugby league. Ross Geller stories.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Brett, before we go, I got to admit to you, I'd love it if we got recognised while we're there, just by one person.
That would be kind of cool. And not at this meetup thing where it's a highly likely. I'd like to be
wandering, minding our own business, checking out the Wally Lewis statue, and then some bails us up.
Like perfect scenario for me would be at the Dunedin airport flying to Christchurch. You're Brad, yes.
Well, there might be. Sure, I wonder if there's anyone from Dunners going. Must be. There'd be plenty coming.
Marty's going.
Did
we ask him? He's
Christchurch.
going 30. Yeah, no, there'll be plenty.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your, before we sign out, score prediction?
I reckon we might get a bit of a 28-10, something in that range.
I was going the 26-12 sort of area. Looks like, it's going to be a 20 to a teen, you think?
We've still got a few out. I'm not expecting like a super polished, super dominant performance, but just grind away, chip away, pick up tries as they come, and defend well. get a good solid win, stay top 4.
Yeah.
Ken?
That's all we
Ken
need,
for that?
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sweet.
percentages. I'm with Webby. I'm just playing percentages now.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks
Righto.
everyone that's jumped in the chat. It's been a busy old chat
Yeah.
here tonight. We haven't got to everyone.
Yeah,
Woody
good
Woodstains,
shift from you
you know
lot.
it, bruh. You're the painter. Give me a paintless sprayer, mate. You can just do it in my shed at home here. Earless sprayer, paintless sprayer. It won't do much. A paintless sprayer, earless sprayer. You know what I mean, bro. But anyway, thanks, Will, bro. You look after yourself, man.
Yeah, you too, bro. Thanks to King's Container Crew, of course, New Zealand TAB, Frank Podcast, Husky and Emerson's, all of you out there, especially our Patreon supporters, a bunch of legends. Until next time, look after yourselves and each other.
This is a Frank Podcast.